One of the most common questions I get asked when people see me with one of my parrots or they find out that I have parrots is, do they talk? Do conures talk? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kaylin. I have over 22 species of parrots, which you can hear in the background. I love my parrots. My parrots are my bliss. My mission is to help you have a more blissful bond with your parrot, reducing the need for rehoming and rescue. This is River, my green cheek conure. We have like 4 species of green cheeks, or sorry, of conures, maybe 5. And like our others, we love them. Now, when it comes to talking, I will tell you that when you know parrots, you know that the king of talking is the African gray parrot. Timnas, since I have a Timna now, aren't quite up there. They aren't quite at that same caliber. But the parrot that can parrot best in a voice that sounds like the original person and that can develop a pretty good vocabulary, that would be the African gray. Next we have macaws, cockatoos, and Amazons. Out of those, I'm going to say Amazons are in my opinion, are the second best talkers. They can talk, they can sing, and they have a pretty good sound. Like, it's usually pretty easy to tell what they're saying. With the cockatoos, you can understand what they're saying pretty good, but you know, you start to hear more of a birdie voice. And macaws, they're pretty clear as well, but what happens is their vocabulary is more limited. Now, back to conures, and that's just to give you an idea, because I would say Quakers are probably next, and then conures, generally speaking. So when it comes to conures, some of the things are going to apply the way they are to all parrots. So now you kind of know where conures are relative to other parrots. When we're talking about conures, there's actually 50 species. Some of the most popular are the Puria species, like a green cheek conure, a crimson-bellied conure, a black-cap conure, and certainly a sun conure, which I believe is Aratinga, not a Puria. The Aratinga, the sun conures, they're louder, and I don't have experience with them, so they're probably slightly better talkers than the Purias because they're a little bigger, but I can't, like I said, I can't really speak to them. Now, what I want you to understand about a conure or any parrot talking. Hi, River. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. That was baby. Baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. When it comes to a parrot talking, they tend to at least understand context. They aren't just parroting. My parrots know how to ask for things in context. For example, if we start to talk about going for a walk, it's pretty common that our macaw, Rosie, says, walk? She wants to go with us on the walk. Pretty amazing. So, can conures talk? Well, with 50 species, sure, some of them can talk. But let's talk about the species I know, which are the species you're more likely to encounter. Species like River, a green cheek conure, the crimson bellies, like I said, a black cap, a sun, a blue crown, although I don't know those species, so I'm going to tell you what I understand about those species, and my favorite, a golden conure or Queen of Bavaria. With these conures, the blue crown, the larger conures, tend to be better talkers. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that Patagonians, which are kind of popular, and the largest in the conure family, I understand that they're pretty good talkers. With these little guys, the Puria conures, they can talk, but they aren't going to be prolific. Hi, River. Hi, baby. Let's see if she'll talk for you. Hi, baby. Not at all. Hi, baby. Hi, River. Whereas I was just on the phone with my brother an hour or two ago, and he goes, I can hear your bird. And that's Lorenza, my yellow-naped Amazon. And Lorenza goes, all right. And then we were wrapping up our conversation. So he said all right first, and she echoed it. And then she said, bye-bye. So they do understand context. Now, To get your conure to talk, you're going to, number one, need to repeat some simple things around them quite a bit. Because like I said, they at least understand context. So if you're just having a normal conversation and going on and on and on and on, it's going to be hard for them to capture the context and the words that you're saying. Like an infant who's listening to adults talking and starts to first do the gaga goo goo. They're starting to mimic the sounds that they're hearing, but they aren't discerning the specific sounds yet. So if you want your conure to talk, number one, spend a lot of time with them, and number two, repeat the same phrases. Don't give them a lot of different phrases. When you pick just a few phrases like, hi baby, they're more likely to pick them up. They're also more likely to pick up the context. For me, I feel like when they pick up the context, they understand the language. They are perfectly capable of understanding the language. And maybe that's obvious at this point now, since there are African grays that can tell you what material something's made out of or what color it is. So they do understand, but again, only when you help them with that context by repeating very few things and having the context for them. For example, if I'm watching something and I'm holding my yellow-nipped Amazon and I want her to get up because we're going to get up now, I bring my finger, or my hand, of course, because she's bigger, by her, and I say up, and she knows. She hears it over and over and over every time. So she understands the context and she just steps right up. Sure, the hand is probably a clue, but we've been sitting and watching and relaxing and doing nothing, and all of a sudden we're doing something different. So I know that she understands the phrase as well, because as she's come to understand the phrase, when she hears it, she gets what's going on right away. So the larger your parrot is, generally speaking, the better they are going to be at talking, at being able to pick up those new words. The smaller species really seem to be better at their own birdie language. Not that it's impossible by any means. I'm just saying that a green cheek conure, generally speaking, I don't think is going to be as good of a talker as a blue crown. If I wanted a real talking conure, I would look at something bigger than the Puria family. Another generality is the louder the parrot, like you can hear my Amazons, and sometimes you can hear Henry, my Mealy Amazon, going on, and he sounds almost like a person in a play, going da 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 da. And of course, now that I'm saying it, he's quiet. But generally speaking, the louder the bird is, as in they squawk loud, the better they are at talking or being able to pick up talking. And not any parrot, even in the African gray family, not every African gray is going to talk. Not every conure is going to talk. But conures are known for being able to talk pretty well. So if you have a Puria conure, which is known for being a quieter conure, which is perfect if you're in an apartment, then you have to recognize that they may be real prolific talkers. You might have an exception, but generally speaking, you're probably going to get a few words, and if you really spend a lot of time training them and talking with them, maybe you'll get more. But otherwise, you'll get a few words, maybe a few more than that. But realistically, that might be about the total amount you really are going to get. When you watch videos, for example, of an Amazon or an African gray that's talking up a storm, number one, notice it's usually an African gray or an Amazon. Number two, they work with trainers. It's like a parrot at the zoo or in a show. They work with a trainer where they spend hours every day just working on training, working on talking, those kinds of things. And the trainers choose that African gray or that Amazon who seems to have a propensity for it. That means that when you and I go either to a breeder, a rescue, or an exotic bird store or bird show to get a conure, chances are we're not going to get one that can sing happy birthday, which I've heard before, or oh my darling. I haven't really heard of conures singing. It wouldn't shock me, but I haven't really heard of that. However, I have heard everyone say that they love their conures. They do learn to say some words, like I said, especially when you spend time with them and repeat the words. And conures are just such loving and affectionate parrots. I think I might say that they take position number one. They take the prize for being the most affectionate. So Even if your conure doesn't speak the way you were hoping as much, or even maybe at all, because that can happen, don't forget that you have one of the most sweet and loving parrot species. Thank you for joining me in this blissful video. Now, stay tuned to see some of my offerings. Hi, River. Hi, River. You're such a good baby. Hi, baby. Hi. You're such a wonderful bird, aren't you? Hi, baby. You're so awesome. Hi, baby. I love you. I love you. Oh, bye. Thanks for joining me.